Starts ringing. Jillian, NaCl, 58.5 grams. I think that's correct. At this point, I stopped being able to do it in my head, and I realized, oh, I should probably have the answers out here in front of me somewhere just to double check. But I think you're correct. Now C6H12O6. I actually do have that one memorized. Loose. Keep going. All good. I'll have the next one's probably easier. So while you're doing that one, FeCl2, Luca. Nice. 0.0 grams. If my background's biochemistry, and you end up using that's glucose, so you end up having that memorized for that reason. Luca, how are you doing for FeCl2? Yeah, that's okay. It is 126.7, but I want to know how you got the other one. Jillian. Oh, I think it is 0.8. If you use our periodic tables. Jillian, what did you get for iron? What's 55.8 times 2? No, not times 2. Ignore me. What's chlorine? Oh, okay. Yeah, that would be fair. Do you not have a? Oh yeah. Do you have a calculator? No, I was doing the calculator. Okay. You are allowed to use a calculator. Okay. Okay. Next up, if I have 1 mole of oxygen at 16, if I have 1 mole of O2, it's 32 grams. We can say that O2 is equal to 32 grams per mole. Every 1 mole, it's 32 grams. Right? I was looking for general agreement, but if I don't have, that's fine, because I don't know if that's too far, I believe. So this is now a conversion, like we have been doing conversions all along. It will always be 32 grams per mole. So if I have 2 moles, how much will it weigh? 64 grams. Now we're going to show that and have units. But if I had 16 grams, how many moles would I have? About half a mole. So we can now use this for calculations. Why is that there? This is known as molar mass. Grams per mole. Now that we've done that, do it for these ones. Now, we already did hydrogen. What is the molar mass of hydrogen? 1.0. Remember all your sig figs. Grams per mole. Do it for all the rest. What do you mean 2 sig figs? It's you're adding, right? How many sig figs does your periodic table have? You're not using your periodic table? Oh, you're not going to do very well. You can't cite your memory. You can't. You have to. We use your periodic table, so I'm going to assume for any calculation that's where you get it from. you have it from your memory, you have to APA cite where you got that from. No, where your memory got it from. So one of the things that can happen is if you use your periodic table like off the internet, you can get slightly different answers because you're using different decimals. And then you have to tell me where you got that from in the question. But if you use that one, you don't have to tell me because I assume you're using that. But that hydrogen's one is something you'll eventually pick up. Andrew, what's Fe? Nicely done. It's not H5. Take a look at your periodic table. Yeah. So I'm assuming you're using that. Now, if you're using a different one, you might get slightly different values. But to be consistent within the class, I'm always going to use that one. We already did this one, but O2 again, Logan. To the correct number of sig figs, 32.0 grams. And our units now are grams per mole, because these are always the mass per mole. So start getting used to that as a unit. And now cobalt 2 chloride, or COCl2. Taylor. 129.9. Perfect. Grams per mole. CH4. Milan. Exactly the same density as a gas as a single molecule of oxygen. Calcium nitrate, a bit more of a challenge. Let's see if Eshwan. Calcium nitrate. I think it's 0.1, but I could be wrong. Did you use those values or did you use your head again? Is it 0.1 or 0.2? 0.1. That's from all. Pretty good right off your head. And then copper looks like 2-nitride hexahydrate is Ryan. So this with that always means attached to. So what's copper? What'd you get? Louder? What's the first number? I have 329, which means you're out just by 3. But I want to double check. What did everybody else get? Okay, then I was wrong. That's done. Okay, we can now get these all as grams per mole. I'll update this spreadsheet soon. Yeah. And now we're going to do 2 questions. I have a minute and a half. Yeah. I have 2 moles of oxygen gas. Now, what is the molar mass of oxygen? O2. No, from the 32 grams per mole. So here's how I would lay it out. I have 2.0 moles multiplied by now I want to find the mass. So what do I want to get? Grams. So what do I multiply by? Grams. 32 grams per 1 mole. That means moles will cancel. That's 0.0. And then I'll get 64.0. Sig figs. 3 sig figs, 2 sig figs. So I will get 64 grams. What is the molar mass of CO2? We just did that. That's 44.0 grams per mole. So I have 88 grams, and I want to get the number of moles. What do I multiply? How do I change that? You would divide by
88 grams times 1 mole over 44.
1 mole over 44. Should then be 2. So as you can see, we are now going to calculate between moles and grams. And now is the time that chemistry becomes a little bit more mathy. Are we excited, Nicholas? Excellent. Oh, now, whoops. Just, where did it go? You're welcome. Nicholas. Just so that you, where did I put it? There? No. Here. That was the game here. Yep. Yep. Grab your laptops and phones before you go. Yes? Yeah, can you send me a text and email so I remember once I leave this room?
Yes.
Yes. And Nick, just pop on over here for a second. So, if you go into here and you go down and you see the daily homework Hebden, you know that yellow book you have that's Hebden? This is where you figure out what homework to do. So you go to here. This tells you, this is what we've done. This is the topic. These are the page numbers. And those are the specific questions I've asked you to do. That is considered the minimum amount. So if you do those, you're getting everything right. You're happy with it. You haven't copied now all the answers in the back of the book. So you do them. You don't copy the answers. If you do one, you get it wrong. You don't erase it. You lightly cross it out, make corrections, make any notes you need. And then sometimes I put like extra questions that'd be useful to do. Now, if you're struggling in a section, you are to then just do as many as you need to until you start getting them right. So we're up to nomenclature. And there was also some worksheets I should probably get you as well. And I'm about to put the mole stuff down here. So I always mark where we're up to there in terms of doing your homework every night. Now, the test obviously for you is not really going to count per se, but any sections that you think you missed, I would go and do those questions and then starting in that. Okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome. Hello. Do you want your mark or something?
Yeah.
Didn't you just get your mark?
Yeah, but do you have them like after the test?
Did you get your mark yesterday?
No.
Oh. Didn't you come at tutorial?
No.
Oh, it was someone else then. Oh, hold it. I should probably stop recording.